You woke up in the early morning hours inside of a bed, head pounding, and your nether regions feeling quite sore. You suppressed a chuckle. Must have been a great night. Too bad you couldn't remember it. You stretched before finally allowing yourself to open your eyes. There was your ceiling lamp. Nice, you were home. Then you let your fingers glide across your unclothed form. Nothing hurt. No scars. Okay, that was also good. You were beginning to theorize what happened last night. And without much hesitation, you rolled on your side to look next to you. A blue mass of hair that a couple hours ago was a beautiful pompadour sat next to you on a pillow. Oh boy, you did it again. Amused, you licked your lips before gently burrowing yourself into your bedfellow's neck. Wally, darling, such a treat. Wally was the second in the race to be the #1 painter in the big city, only just barely being less popular than the current #1, Gracie Gray, a defeat that really seemed to stuck his nerves, which was uncharacteristic for the otherwise kind soul that was Wally. As you smelled his hair, the memories of last night slowly returned. You sighed. He was drunk, so were you. Had been some stupid ball celebration at the museum, and he just couldn't keep his hands off you. Not that you minded, of course. Wally hummed. Morning, Julie, he whispered. Wrong person, you purred. Immediately the painter was awake. Oh, no, not again! Wally tried to sit up, but your iron grip around him prevented him from doing so. I can't believe I did that. You smirked and put a hickey on his neck. His felt skin tasted salty and was soft and tender. Such a treat. What can't you believe, Wally? You whispered after separating from him, and as he rubbed over the spot, he whimpered. I cheated on her again, did I? Ever since the neighborhood of home was flooded and the puppets were forced to temporarily move into the big city, he had been living with Julie Joyful in a small abandoned dance studio. You were Samantha Strange, a regular big city puppet. You were taller than Wally, but not taller than his friend Eddie. He had beautiful wood brown felt skin, sleepy blue eyes, and a yellow nose, all rounded up by a perfect black bob cut. Julie had been your middle school friend, and the two of you still had a very good relationship. Problem was, Wally Darling's libido was a little too strong for her liking, leaving the puppet man frustrated more often than not. One day he had just cracked. That was the first time he had cheated on her. With you. You hummed amused. And? I love her, he cried. He buried his face behind his hands. I need to stop doing this. I have to. You huffed but continued to press yourself against him, your hands gently caressing his slender body. He wasn't lanky, luckily. You dated a lanky puppet before. They were so uncomfortable to cuddle with. Wally groaned as he felt your fingers dance across his sensitive chest. Stop doing that, he complained. But he didn't push you away either. You really are a tough one, Wally. If you like spending nights with me that much, why don't you just break up with her and come to me? Your words sounded like poison, the serpent in the garden, so to speak. What I have with you is nothing compared. What I have with you is nothing compared to what I have with her. It's just... Finally, he peeled himself off of you. Disappointed, you just fell back on your bed, and rolled to the side, opening your nightstand, pulling out a cigarette and lighter. As you lit up the nicotine stick, Wally put on his underwear from last night before the humming of his phone threw both of you off guard. You lunged towards it, but he was faster, giving you an angry look as you just smiled back at him. Hello? He started. His face turned into cold shock. It's Julie! Good morning. You suppressed laughing out loud by taking a drag from a cigarette. No, I slept in a motel. Yeah, I was pretty drunk last night. You don't want me driving that way. This was your favorite part of the morning after. I know. He blinked inside. Yes, I know. He looked at you helplessly, but you just smugly blew smoke at his face, and he gave a quiet cough. I probably got a call from the motel. He stopped mid-sentence. You couldn't quite make out what Julie was saying, but she started getting louder. I know. He sounded so defeated. The conversation with his puppet girlfriend continued for some time, and if it wasn't for his borderline cartoony facial expressions the entire time, you would have left and made breakfast for yourself. You lived for these moments. Did that make you a bad person? Yeah, I love you too, he said eventually, and you snorted. No, it's no one. That was the piping. Whenever someone in the next room uses it, it makes this noise. Yeah, I know. Yes, that's my son. So, Yes, I know. I'm tired. Yeah. See you soon. Bye. Finally, he hung up. Wally looked at you enraged. Why are you doing this to me? You narrowed your eyes. Because clearly you have feelings for me that you are denying. I really don't. You shrugged. Put on some clothes on, will ya? He threw your shirt from last night at your face in frustration. Well, your two babies really were distracting him, weren't they? Wink, wink. Once again, you chuckled and reluctantly put on a shirt. I need to stop doing this, he muttered. This was the last time. You blinked. Sure. I mean it. You know, the first time you said that, I actually believed you. The second time, you shouted it at me, which I was skeptical. This is the 7th time you promised this is the last time, so I'm not really taking it serious. Oh, God. He started bawling his eyes out. What am I doing? To him right now, you were worse than anyone he ever met. Because this problem of you couldn't be dealt with by the use of his art, or money, or fame, or excuses. Adult relationships are hard, huh, painter? He blushed hard, smugly leaned forward, and took another drag of your cigarette. You country puppets never really grow up, do you? He sniffed. Frank did. Howdy did. You shrugged. You really mentioned that disco freak and the hot dog stand owner? Howdy owns a grocery store. Sure. You scoffed. A grocery store that's currently underwater, and selling hot dogs is all he can do now. You're about to put your smoke stick back into your mouth when he quickly grabbed it and threw it away. And stop smoking, this smell gives me a headache. Irritated, you glanced at him. Fine. Let's eat breakfast, he suggested. It was only met with deaf ears, though. No, I need to go. She's waiting for me. I already ruined enough. He got up on his feet and began dressing himself up. With a smug grin, you lied down on your stomach, admiring his physique. Could you wait a second? You said as he was about to put on his shirt. What now? Put it on, slowly, and turn around. He blinked, face turning red. This isn't some game. I'm serious. You smirked. You really pulled a number on him this time, did ya? Rolling on your back, you chuckled, looking at him upside down. You're adorable, Wally. He took a few steps towards your bedroom door. When can I expect you next time so I can prepare some food for us? Though, knowing you, you'll probably just get right to the main course. He stared daggers at you before quickly leaving. You sighed heavily before walking over to your bedroom window and opening it. Looking out at the streets below you, your eyes quickly found Wally, who was frantically looking for his car. Oh, Wally! You shouted down at him. Shuddering, he looked up at you. What? We came here with my car. Yours is still at the museum, remember? He didn't react, just walked up the sidewalk and sat down, inhaling, then exhaling. After a minute, and without another word, he began marching up the street. Gosh, the painter was always such a dork. You leaned back inside and began cleaning your apartment. Everywhere it smelled like him. Most flat surfaces had their belongings carelessly shoved on the ground to make more room. Gosh, it filled you with a feeling of satisfaction and lust. But regardless of that, you needed to let in some fresh air, or you'd be flustered all day from Wally's musk alone. The next few days were the typical awkwardness. You and Julie were both working at the city's newspaper, and God protect this girl, she didn't suspect a thing. Such an angel. Meanwhile, Wally couldn't keep his eyes off you whenever he visited his roommate and girlfriend at work. Whenever you caught him, his face turned sour before looking away. One evening, you sat in the employee cafeteria when Julie sat down next to you. She smiled at you brightly. Seats taken? You smirked. No, of course not, Julie. She then waved over Wally, who hesitantly sat down in front of you. Oh, what a day! We have an interview at 1 p.m. and Wally is invited tonight to yet another gala on 3rd Street. Julie sighed. You grinned, and Wally blushed. Oh, another gala, you said. Biting your lower lip, you raised your leg and brushed against his. He shook, but managed not to yelp. I haven't heard of that. Julie giggled. Yeah, he's supposed to be a secret star guest. This will surely be a really big thing. Your foot went up his leg before settling on his crotch, teasing him. Man, I hope he won't make an ass of himself. You chuckled. Julie just looked at you. Oh, Samantha, you know him. He won't. Right, Wally? Yeah, Samantha. Who do you think I am? Oh, are you getting shy on me? Your eyes met his. Yes, Wally, are you getting shy on us? He gave you a look that told you to back off, but it just made it more fun to tease him. Wally gulped and ate a few of his fries before standing up. Clear tent in his pants, but Julie didn't seem to notice. I need to use the bathroom, he muttered. It took you an incredible amount of determination to not burst out laughing right then and there. Oh, okay, said his girlfriend, who now put all her attention on you as she explained in very detail how this gala appearance was supposed to go. But all you could think about was what would inevitably happen tonight. It was late, and you had just finished your second bottle of Monochrome Best, a tequila brand owned by the former leader of the Monochrome Gang, a group of thugs whose goal it was to turn the entire world black and white just like them. Well, after the neighborhood of home flooded, they finally met real gangsters in the big city, so they quickly disbanded, as your drink already implied. As your drink already implied, their leader, Martin White, took over a small alcohol business. It was such a cool brand. It came in these skull-shaped bottles. He sighed. Well, it was getting late. Maybe Wally did grow up. But just as you were about to enjoy your buzz and lie down, the doorbell rung. You could already tell who it was. With a red face, you opened your apartment door. A drunk Wally in a suit before you, his tie hanging loose, eyes half-lidded and needy. "Hey there," you purred. "Let's do it, now," he ordered. And you raised an eyebrow. And without another word, you grabbed his tie, pulled him closer, forcefully pressing your plump lips against his quivering ones. He tasted like champagne and wine and all that high society crap. Your tongue's only just barely touching before he plunged deep inside of your mouth as he pushed his entire weight onto you. Smirking, you could tell this night was going to be a good one. His hands already beginning to explore you. Thank you to the people who are supporting me on Ko-fi. You guys are keeping me alive.